Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, the Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit is tomorrow. What you need to know and more.
And a WTOP reporter live from a SUNY Oswego suicide prevention event.
Plus the latest from the Waldron trial.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mia Dirks.
And I'm Matthew Rivenberg.
Tomorrow, industry professionals working in the television and movie industries are coming to Oswego for the 19th annual Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit. This year's event is looking behind the silver screen for some Hollywood-themed panels throughout the day. Panelists will also be visiting classes throughout the day to speak to students about their experiences working in Hollywood.
Many of the panelists are Oswego alumni, like television producer Christy Summers, and some are current SUNY Oswego professors, like screenwriter Juliet Giglio. The main panel discussion will take place at the Waterman Theater in Tyler Hall, followed by a Career Connectors networking event in the Tyler Hall Art Gallery, where students will have an opportunity to network and connect with alumni in the industry.
Oswego School of Education faculty member Carlo Cuccaro has won the 2023 SUNY Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Adjunct Teaching. Since joining the faculty at Oswego in 1995, Cuccaro has helped students develop careers in school psychology by covering diverse topics across the discipline. Cuccaro also supervises internship programs working with school counseling and psychology in the Fulton District. Cuccaro earned high praise from his fellow faculty members, applauding his constant commitment to excellence in the department.
The next edition of The Saloon, a student-developed program to create conversations and connections, will take place tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Mary Walker Health Center. The Saloon's aim is to, quote, facilitate a student-led space to bridge gaps and open pathways to new perspectives, all through conversation, says the program founder, Harain Daly, a creative writing major and psychology minor. Daly has worked with the counseling services to make the program a reality. Tonight, SUNY Oswego's Octavia a cappella group is hosting Together We Thrive, a suicide prevention awareness event.
WTOP-10 reporter Amani De La Cruz is live at the Sheldon Hall Ballroom, where the event is taking place. Amani?
Thank you, guys. Here I am today with Faith Somerville, the founder of it all.
Hi there. Nice to be here.
I just have a few questions for you today. What made you begin this event?
Yeah, so I had noticed we performed at the Walk of Shame that was done by 2.5. And we really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of presence there, but we noticed that there wasn't any suicide prevention walk. So I decided to do that.
What were you hoping to achieve through this event?
I was hoping to achieve community awareness. There's a lot more people than you think that are here for you.
Is this an event that you see yourself carrying out throughout the future within SUNY Oswego?
Yes, I'm hoping to do this as an annual event, and hopefully it'll keep creating more awareness and more participation in the future.
Okay, thank you, Faith, for having us here with you today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Amani. Now, so Matt, it was pretty cold this morning, but I'm glad things got warmer later in the day today, right?
It was so nice to see the sun come out after all the rain this weekend. Let's go to Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brendan Rice.
Hello, and I am Brendan Rice. Well, we may have seen some warmer temperatures today and some sunny skies over the past few, but don't let it hope on for too long. Rain is back on the way coming soon, but some warmer temps in the meantime, as well as possibly a chance for a first snow sometime soon. And we're reaching the peak of the fall foliage season. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Brendan. Now, a strike by Canada's second largest private sector union, Unifor, has slowed activity in the port of Oswego. The union, representing more than 300,000 workers, is calling for negotiations of worker contracts, causing a work stoppage throughout the St. Lawrence Seaway. Officials worry about the strike's impact on local economies and plan to hold more meetings to solve the issue before more consequences in the future.
Anthony Waldron's lawyer, Salvatore Lanza, says that his client is innocent and is determined to go to trial for the death of his stepson, Jordan Brooks. Waldron and his wife, Lisa, were charged with causing his death. Brooks had cerebral palsy and died from malnutrition and sepsis. Palmero's wife pleaded guilty and she received a 20-year prison sentence. 12 jurors and 4 alternates were selected at the end of the day yesterday, and opening statements began today.
Now, election season is fast approaching, and as voters prepare to go to the polls, the deadline for voter registration in Onondaga County is almost here. All registrations must be submitted by this Saturday, October 28th, in order to participate in this year's elections. The early voting period also begins this Saturday and continues through Sunday, November 5th. Election Day will be held shortly after on November 7th. Those interested in applying can find applications at local post offices, town offices, and at ongov.net/elections.
The state of New York is making the largest state investment of renewable energy in American history. The new investment will include 25 new renewable energy projects across the state. The investment will power over 2.5 million homes when completed. The new investment will reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 9.4 million metric tons annually, which is the equivalent of 2 million cars.
Still ahead tonight, Michael Cohen incriminates himself and name drops public figures in the Trump case.
Also, more on the war in Israel and rescuing hostages.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
All right, welcome back. I am Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brendan Rice. Current conditions, it's about 60 degrees. It feels like 60. And as we're looking towards as well tomorrow, sun's rising. Anyways, wind's pretty calm, about 3 miles per hour. Pressure is at about 10-20 millibars. Dew point about 4 degrees, so we have low humidity lately, and visibility is as far as you can see. Now, moving into tomorrow morning, pretty good temperatures. We have a high of about 69 degrees, why I put in recommending the small cup of coffee with a possibility of some showers as we move into the day. This continues as well as we look at the peak of fall foliage happening for a majority of the state. Areas you can see right here that are in red are past peak foliage, and areas in brown are currently at peak. So that includes here at Oswego and across much of the Northeast. Moving in as well, we might be seeing a first chance of snow showers come the beginning of November as we head in for forecast 14 days in the future. Cold temperatures sweeping most of the nation. That will be reaching us, like I said, the beginning of November, around November 1st to the 4th. So keep an eye out then for some possible flurries. Looking at your 7-day forecast, it's pretty gloomy with a lot of rain on the way. Temperatures, however, rising for the foreseeable future with even possibly into the 70s towards the end of this week. But that quickly drops off as we head off into this weekend. Rain across almost every day, starting with slight chances towards this Wednesday and Thursday, moving into a much higher likelihood of some showers throughout the days heading into this weekend and even into the beginning of next week, with temperatures dropping even in the lows you see here into the 30s. So, while it might be nice to enjoy the sun for the past few days, it looks like the rain is back here and it is here to stay. That's all for me. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Brendan. Now, 5 people are dead in a domestic violence attack at 2 homes in Ontario, Canada. Another person is in the hospital with gunshot wounds. It started Monday night with a 911 call about a break-in. Officers later arrived and found 1 dead. Another 911 call came in about someone with a gun at a home not far away. When officers arrived, they found a 45-year-old with a gunshot wound who was sent to the hospital and 3 kids who were fatally shot. They were ages 6, 7, and 12. They also found the 44-year-old shooter who died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police say the 2 incidents are both connected and the result of domestic violence. Donald Trump's former attorney and fixer Michael Cohen took the stand earlier today in the former president's civil fraud trial in New York. The trial centers around whether Trump's company inflated asset values to get better terms on commercial loans. Cohen told the court he and former Trump Organization CFO Alan Weisselberg manipulated the company's financial documents. He also told the court he lied to Congress in 2017 when he claimed he only spoke to Trump about the Trump Tower Moscow project 3 times. He said it was actually 10 times, and he lied about it because Trump asked him to. Cohen also named Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner, as well as many other public figures who were allegedly also in on these crimes.
House Majority Whip Tom Emmer has dropped out of the race for House Speaker just a few short hours after emerging Tuesday as a GOP nominee. House Republicans are trying again to elect a Speaker and get congressional business back on track. CNN's Karen Kaifa is in Washington with more.
Tough times for some House Republicans.
I think the country is frustrated by it. The conference is frustrated by it.
And tough math for any Republican Speaker nominee.
It's about unifying our conference, getting us back on track.
The House Republican caucus set out again on Tuesday to select a nominee to succeed Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House. After 2 previous contenders, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, then House Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan, failed to secure enough support from their own party. The gridlock has left the House at a standstill for 3 weeks.
We desperately need to move on with the business of America, getting our appropriations bills passed, securing our border, providing aid to Israel.
The plan for Tuesday, successive ballots behind closed doors, with the candidate with the lowest vote total eliminated each round. The top vote getter through Tuesday's rounds, Tom Emmer of Minnesota, the current House Majority Whip. But as Scalise and Jordan learned, securing a majority of House Republican support doesn't guarantee the gavel. Some Republicans pushing to stay behind closed doors until a candidate reaches 217 votes, the threshold to win a vote on the House floor. House Democrats watching and waiting.
I'm hopeful that the Republicans will decide to come to a consensus and a bipartisan agreement with Democrats so that the House can work on behalf of the American people.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Amid war and chaos, the world is struggling as the U.S. struggles to get the House back on its feet.
And speaking of war, hundreds of people gathered outside the United Nations today in support of Israeli hostages in the hopes of bringing them home. They stood with photos, posters, and flags calling to release the hostages. Although no additional hostages have been released, our next story might provide them with some hope.
Israel's military has dropped leaflets in Gaza offering protection and a reward to Palestinians who contact them with information about hostages held by Hamas. More than 200 people were seized by Hamas over 2 weeks ago. So far, only 4 hostages have been released. Those released have spoken of a, quote, spider web of tunnels underneath Gaza that led to an underground chamber holding the other hostages, confirming challenges in the future effort to rescue hostages. Israeli officials have said their campaign is focused on rescuing as many captives as possible.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, a possible new Apple release, Taco Tuesday for All, respiratory illness this winter, and more.
Find out more after the break when we come back.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Breathe. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. Here's your health and consumer update. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, is calling for trichloroethylene, a chemical commonly found in drinking water, to be phased out of consumer products and commercial uses as it has been linked to cancer, Parkinson's, and liver disease. It's found in metal degreasers, paints, refrigerants, and auto products. The EPA invites you to weigh in on the topic.
Apple announced new iPhones and new Apple Watches recently, but the company says it has a treat to be announced just before Halloween, a treat for the consumers. Some speculate that it may be a new M3 chip to boost Mac computer speeds, or that new Mac computers will be announced. The event goes live Monday night on Apple's website and YouTube if you'd like to learn more.
As winter is around the corner, multiple illnesses come with it. The CDC is preparing for the coming season, as Mandy Gaither has more to tell.
Right now, respiratory virus levels are relatively low in the U.S. overall, but the CDC is forecasting this season will be similar to the last one, which saw hospitals fuller than at any other point in the pandemic and worse than pre-pandemic years.
Time to getting into the hospital and getting that life-saving care can be delayed, and that can cost lives.
At the peak of this respiratory virus season, CDC forecasts show there could be between 15 and 25 new weekly hospitalizations for every 100,000 people in the U.S. COVID-19 will probably account for half of those new hospitalizations, with flu and RSV combined accounting for the other half. To help prevent getting you or those around you sick, wash hands frequently, sanitize high-touch areas, and if you're not feeling well, stay home. If you have to go out, wear a mask and get tested, says Dr. Kristen England with Cleveland Clinic.
Not only for COVID, but also for influenza. Remember, we've got medications that we can use to treat both of these viruses if caught early.
Experts say everyone ages 6 months and older should get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and this season's flu shot, and the RSV vaccine is recommended for those who are most vulnerable for severe disease. England says now's the time to get those shots.
It takes 2 weeks for any of these vaccines to really become effective in our bodies. It doesn't happen overnight.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Common phrase Taco Tuesday is no longer trademarked, so you may be seeing more deals on Tuesdays at your local taco chain. Taco Bell has won its battle to end the trademark to allow all taco distributors to use Taco Tuesday. A lone restaurant in New Jersey, Gregory's Restaurant and Bar, has finally forfeited its trademark after over 40 years of owning it. This comes after a smaller regional chain, Taco John's, abandoned their trademark for the phrase in the other 49 states. This may be Taco Bell's best Taco Tuesday ever.
Panera is under legal fire after a 21-year-old woman died of cardiac arrest last year after having its charged lemonade. According to Panera's website, the lemonade is a caffeinated drink with 30 ounces containing 390 milligrams of caffeine, just 10 milligrams less than the safe amount to have in a day, according to the FDA. However, in store, it's not clear how much caffeine the drink contains. And coming up in sports, we have sports reporter Alex Brooks.
Alex, can you give us a quick preview?
Thanks, guys. I'll give you guys a preview into Oswego field hockey and Syracuse football. A crazy finish to Monday Night Football, and the championship series have come down to the wire. All this on WTOP-10 after the break.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Alex Brooks, and let's give you your Tuesday night sports report. We start off across the street at Laker Turf as the Oswego State field hockey team takes on the red-hot Cortland Red Dragons. The Lakers are coming into this matchup 1-4 in the SUNYAC, with their counterpart Cortland at 5-0 and riding high in the conference. The Lakers have won only 3 games against Cortland in their team history and are looking to break their losing streak since 1985. The SUNYAC matchup will face off this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Going 9 hours south down I-81, Syracuse Orange football will face off against the Virginia Tech Hokies on Thursday. The Orange come into this matchup 4-3 and on a 3-game losing streak. Syracuse has experienced the Clemson curse once again as they haven't won a game since losing to Clemson for the 2nd straight season. However, what favors the Orange is their remaining schedule, as it is ranked the 2nd easiest by ESPN metrics, along with a 95.6% chance of making a bowl game. The journey starts this Thursday against Virginia Tech at 7:30 on ESPN. From college to the NFL gridiron, Monday Night Football had the 49ers lose their 2nd straight game on the season against the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings took a 16-7 lead going into halftime without their star wide receiver, Justin Jefferson. The 49ers were without Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams in this game, and Brock Purdy struggled, throwing 2 interceptions, all to Cameron Bynum, including a game-clinching pick, which led to the Vikings' 22-17 win. The 49ers fall to 5-2, and the Vikings are 3-4 after winning 3 out of their last 4 games. Let's head to the Diamond now, as the Arizona Diamondbacks have forced a Game 7 against the Philadelphia Phillies after a 5-1 victory last night in Philadelphia. This series has been nothing short of exciting, with Tommy Pham and Lourdes Gurriel hitting back-to-back home runs off of Aaron Nola. The D-backs have won 3 out of their last 4 games against the Phils in this series after dropping the first 2 games in Philly. Game 7 is currently underway with the Diamondbacks versus the Phillies at 1 apiece. But we're going to head over to the American League Championship Series, as it is a Game 7 winner-take-all in the ALCS with Christian Javier starting the game. We start off with Corey Seager launching a solo home run in the top of the 2nd. That was mashed. Now going into a couple outs later, it's Mitch Garver, a bloop single, but Brantley can't get that. Adolis Garcia, who already has an RBI in this game, he scores, and Mitch Garver heads to 2nd, and Garcia is pumped up. Now we move over to Garcia, and it's going to be Garcia going deep to right field. You see the ump cam right there, and that one is gone, and Garcia is loving it. But if you must be sick of Adolis Garcia, because he hits another bomb to left field. Garcia with 2 home runs on the day with 3 RBIs, and he is pumped. He's ready to send this team to the World Series. But we go bottom 9. Rangers, they clinch it with Seager throwing it to first, and the Texas Rangers, for the first time since 2011, they are headed to the Fall Classic.
Wow, Alex, what an action-packed game. That was really, really cool, really exciting.
Definitely was.
I'm Mia Dirks.
I'm Matthew Rivenberg.
And on behalf of everyone here at WTOP-10, have a great night.
Thank you for watching.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. Did you know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a closer with that one. Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.